Alright people, Max Saladin here again and welcome back to another Mass Effect Legendary Edition Insanity Run video. Today we're just going to go recruit Mordin. I've already picked up Kasumi from the Citadel, and you automatically have Miranda in your squad, and she's going to be useful for overloading and warping barriers and shields. And Kasumi I'm just bringing because, well, I don't really like Jacob all that much, and I'd rather have a different, squad layout. Just they start off just to be a bit different, because most people, they go get Mordin and they just bring Jacob and Miranda. You could bring Zaid as well. You recruit him as soon as you show up on Omega, but I don't think his abilities are as useful as Kasumi. She has that one where she sort of goes into stealth mode and can, like, attack the enemies from the back, and they don't really see it coming. It can be helpful at times.
I've seen a lot of bad before. This is worse.
But yeah, we decided to go get Mordin first because he's really the MVP in this run, along with Miranda, because he has Incinerate, and the amount of enemies you run into that have armor on, it's so high in this game that you essentially, if you're on Insanity, you really just want Mordin there to help you out with bringing down armored enemies on Insanity. I'm just going to try to hack this and get as much money as we can, because we will need a lot of money to buy the upgrades for assault rifles and sniper rifles as well, because I think we're going to make good use of the sniper rifle and the assault rifles. I think there's something in here we can collect as well, so try to hack this door. Don't want to hack anything incorrectly, because I think if you fail once you get locked out of it, and that can be annoying if you really need some cash or whatever's in here. Okay, it's two plague victims who were locked in here. Thought there was something to collect in here. No, it just looks like this is a bit of side story about what happened to those guys. Thought there was some heavy ammo or something in there that I could have collected, but oh well. We'll just speak to this guy. I don't think he has much to give to us, but we can help him out, and that'll put our Paragon score up a little. Want to continue being mostly Paragon in this run.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Again, you don't really need to be Paragon. It's not like in Mass Effect 1 where you have like Rex, that showdown with Rex, where if you don't have enough Paragon points, he is gonna have to be taken out. There's not really a mission like that in this game, but I just like to have the Paragon options to defuse situations.
Hey, stay with me.
But there are a lot of times, I think I said previously, that I will want to use Renegade options. I do a lot more in Mass Effect 2 than I do in Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 2, a lot of the Renegade options, they just make sense, to be honest. Like taking out the guy who's fixing the airship, always bring up that one. Why wouldn't you want to injure him? The Merc, who's on Theon's mission, he's in the tower, you can just throw him out the window. Stuff like that just makes sense to get rid of these mercs whenever you run into them. And I don't know why it's just marked as a renegade option, because it just makes sense to do it. And then in Mass Effect 3 there are a couple like that too, where I don't know anybody who doesn't use the renegade option for it. There's like Kai Lang, when you've defeated him, and then you get the option to do the renegade stab on him. I mean, who's not pressing that button at that moment, because he's coming up behind you with a blade. You have to do something. Or the bit where Udina is betraying the council or whatever, and you have the chance to just shoot him. I mean, why not just shoot him? It just makes sense in the moment. So I do like that they give you more reason to use those renegade options, but sometimes it is a bit strange that they're marked as renegade, because it just seems like the right thing to do in the moment. So yeah, we're just we're breaking into everybody's house and just stealing all their stuff, because we sort of need the credits, to be honest. And most of the people around here are dead, so they don't really need it. So we'll try to snipe these guys. Okay, that took down half his shields, not bad. Miranda and Kasumi can double overload people, that's pretty useful. I'll mainly be trying to use adrenaline to slow down time and get headshots. But also just want to blow up that little canister. That injured, well, I don't know if it injured anybody, to be honest. So well, we tried. Yeah, you hit them with a double overload and their shields are just gone, that's pretty useful. So again, that's a good reason to just go to the Citadel and quickly pick up Kasumi. It's a recruitment mission, it's pretty simple. Like Zaid, you just go and speak to them and then they're on your team. And then it's their loyalty mission that has a bit more work to go into. Kasumi's loyalty mission is pretty great. Just a little heist side story. It's pretty fleshed out for a DLC side story. Zaid's, it's not that interesting, to be honest. It's just going to this factory place and helping him get revenge. It's just a pretty standard set of shootouts. Kasumi's, there's a lot more to it. I like the parts where you're like roaming around the party and just you're doing all this like sort of secret agent stuff of looking for fingerprints and copying Hawk's voice to get into his vault and all that stuff. That's pretty cool. So I don't know why they really thought out Kasumi's side mission and then they didn't seem to put in as much thought into Zaid's. Zaid's probably my least used character in Mass Effect 2. Just I kind of forget he exists, to be honest. I know some people really like Zaid. There's nothing really wrong with him. I don't find him that interesting compared to like other characters. And when we're on in Sandy, again my preferred method is to have Miranda and Mordin. Just because they have all the abilities you really need: Incinerate, Warp and Overload. And then Shepard has Adrenaline and his ability to use any like assault rifle or sniper rifle as a soldier. So it just all really fits having those two. Don't know if anybody else has anything useful for dealing with armor. Maybe someone has Incinerate as well, other than Mordin, but I just always remember he's the one that unlocks it quickly. Or at least I think he's the only one that has it. A lot of people like to bring Grunt because his fortification ability really helps keep him alive a lot of the time. But I like the abilities that's more about doing damage to the enemy or weakening the enemy. Because again, in Mass Effect 2 they really overuse shields, barriers and armor. Most enemies have them. Like most enemies have at least one of those things that you have to get through before you can start dealing proper damage to them. We'll just talk to these guys.
They're killing as many people.
Don't think we can get really anything useful out of them.
Why are the Blue Suns hunting you?
But I think we can just send them to Mordin's clinic or something like that.
They think we caused the plague.
I don't think they have any really useful information for us.
They've already killed.
They should be looking at the
So in this plague zone, humans are the only ones not getting sick. So they're hiding out in here because everyone suspects the humans are responsible for creating this plague, since it doesn't affect them.
Trying to help plague victims.
But it's revealed that the collectors gave the plague to the Vorcha to unleash, and it's really them behind the whole thing. Vorcha are one of the lesser remembered races from Mass Effect, I think. they're just sort of a very
crawling with blue suns and Vorcha. They don't
violent
even have pistols.
criminal
Besides, I'm not risking
organization.
my life on a rumor that some Solarian might
Well, the
offer me
Vorcha aren't an
sanctuary.
organization; they're a
I know you're
species. But
scared, but you're only
the way
one
they
to
get
the
used in
Vorge's
these
plan.
games, they're
I'm going
just
to be
cannon
identified as the Blue Sons
fodder
of
for a
Vorge's,
lot
so
of
I can't take you with
missions.
me. But I
You only
promise
really
you,
interact with
I'll do what
them
I can
in
to lead a safe
combat.
path for you to follow.
There's never like a
It's risky,
dialogue wheel
but I
with
think it's your
any
only
Vorcha
Okay,
that fleshes them out
alright.
more as
We'll
characters.
never make it if we stay here.
So they get sort
We'll
of
wait
hard
here for a
done
while
by the
until we
Vorcha.
find clear the way.
They just get seen
Then we'll
as
get to
enemies. The
Mordin's
whole
clinic, if we're lucky.
like a whole
Meet you
race of
there.
enemies. They don't really get fleshed out beyond that. I think that's why BioWare probably created them, because they were like, we need some different enemy types in this game. Let's just create a very violent race that aren't the Krogan, because we really fleshed out the Krogan in the last game. So, and we don't really have that many Geth anymore in this game. So let's just put the Vorcha in there. They just have a standard enemy type that we can use a lot. Would be funny in if Mass Effect 4 you got a Vorcha squad mate or something. That'd be interesting. And like a Batarian squad mate. Because again, the Batarians in the first game and in quite a bit of Mass Effect 2, they're just sort of a villainous race, if I can call them that. They're always deployed as an enemy type, and you rarely meet any sort of friendly ones to sort of, you know, give a deeper insight into their species. Yeah, see, we're fighting Vorcha already. These are all Blood Pack members, are they? I think. And they're really fond of sending their Varen up here to attack me. I'm going to try to thin them out with a sniper rifle. Hopefully we don't get killed by that Varen if it comes up here. So, hopefully these guys don't keep spawning. Kasumi, if you could, yeah, there she is. See, that's what I like about Kasumi, you can just send her in these stealth attack people. It's a pretty cool ability she has. Again, it marks her out from Zaid that she has that really cool special ability. I don't think Zaid has any unique abilities like that. I think he just has maybe concussive shot and incendiary ammo or something like that. Could be wrong, maybe he has an ability that I've forgotten about, because again, outside of the one loyalty mission you take him on, I sort of never really use him. It was kind of one squad mate too far, maybe Zaid, where it's really hard to sort of flesh out all of them. Because they give you 12 characters, and like some of them you don't get until really late on, and you'll already have picked out your favourites by then, most people. But I still like having the options to use so many different characters. I'd rather have more characters and not need to use them than have too few characters and be sitting there and going, oh, I wish there was a bigger squad in this game. Which kinda happened in Mass Effect 3, I'm not going to lie. Going from Mass Effect 2 to having 12 characters to having 6 in 3, is it? It was kind of a backward step. But again, that game was made in like 2 years, they didn't really have a lot of time to flesh it out. And the way they made Javik DLC in that game, that was really ridiculous. I can understand Kasumi and Zaid being DLC because they're really not that important to the overall plot of the game. And they're not really that fleshed out completely. You don't even have a conversation wheel for either of them. But for Javik, like the last Prothean, he's really vital to fleshing out a lot of backstory and lore. And the fact he was originally DLC, day 1 DLC, and he was on the disc, but they stripped him out and then sold him for 10, was it 10 quid? That was one of the worst, lowest moments for Mass Effect. Hopefully the next Mass Effect, it doesn't really have any nonsense like that in it. That will be terrible. I really appreciate when a game sort of has, like, not that it doesn't have any DLC, but the DLC is expansion type stuff. not stuff the game desperately already needs in it.
Not an option.
Like Javik, he really did need to be in that game to flesh out everything that was going on. And he was already made and on the disc, so that makes it extra like just scummy how that all happened.
Professor Mordin Solus?
I prefer DLC like, you know, Lair of the Shadow Broker or the Citadel DLC, you know, stuff that's just fun expansion stuff.
Here for something else?
Really has a good few hours of content to it.
Investigating possible use as bioweapon. No.
DLC that's like weapon skins or suits of armor and stuff like that. And they charge like 99 cents or 99p or whatever,
Relax, Mordin.
depending on what currency you use. I don't really like all that stuff.
And I need your help.
It's just like, why can't this suit of armor just be in the game from the start? Why have you stripped that out to sell it to me?
Spreading too fast.
Ever heard of an organization called Cerberus?
A lot of that stuff really messed with Mass Effect 3.
Why request Salarian aid?
Andromeda had a lot of problems,
Shut down the
but
collectors, and I need your help.
it never even got around to having DLC. So it was actually probably a game that needed DLC to flesh out the Quarian storyline, because they never showed up in Andromeda. Can't even speak. They never showed up in Andromeda, and that was kind of weird. But again, that could have been something where maybe they were in the game originally, but then somebody had the bright idea of, let's cut them out and sell them to players later. But then because the original game didn't sell that well, they never got a chance to do that. So again, that's why you shouldn't really rely too heavily on DLC and cutting stuff out of the game to sell later. Just put anything vital that you know needs to be in the game from the start, because you never know if you're actually going to get an opportunity to add DLC in later. So yeah, we're just talking to Mordin. He wants us to go find his assistant, and the Vorcha just interfered with the not air conditioning. What's the actual thing I'm trying to think of to say? The ventilation, that's it, air conditioning. Yeah, they turned down the heating, or they turned up the heating, and Mordin's mad he's got no air conditioning. Imagine that was the plot of what happened. Now they turned off the ventilation, and it's gonna choke everyone of air in here, so we're gonna have to go wipe them out.
Enemies in front. Watch out!
This Matic assault rifle is pretty powerful early on. It's not my favourite. I think I prefer the Geth pulse rifle, but it's gonna be a while until we get that. But yeah, to start, this is a pretty good, powerful rifle. Let's see, I want incendiary ammo on, I think. Come on. This is a good rifle, I swear. I'm just a bad shot today for some reason. Oh, come on, stop moving about. Yes, these guys are pretty far back, so I'd probably be better off using a sniper rifle at the moment, but I sort of want to save that ammo for later, just in case we get into a really tight spot and we like maybe cheese our way out of it with the assault or the sniper rifle. Ugh. Moving up a bit closer to see if we can do some more damage. Also, I need to remember to use adrenaline because that really helps us with our aim. Oh, we sent Kasumi ahead there. Hopefully she isn't getting too badly shot. Yeah, maybe we will get out the sniper rifle because we're making slow progress here.
Going dark.
I think there's a Krogan. No.
Can't do that right now.
That's just another Vorcha. Thankfully, they're mainly being distracted by Miranda and Kasumi at the moment. Oh, here comes reinforcements. Come on, stop missing, Shepard. There's the Krogan running in now, but we'll try to blow up his friend first. Those flamethrower guys, when they get in close, they are pretty dangerous. Oh, come on. This guy's pretty tough. Alright. Why am I locked into aiming like this? What is going on? Okay, there we got the Krogan down. Nice. We don't have a lot of ammunition left. We'll try to be careful here. Only got 2 bullets left. Come on. Get the cover, Shepard. Okay, we don't need any med gel. Oh! Why is there so many of them suddenly? What happened there? Where did these reinforcements come from? Nice one, Kasumi. Ah! We got stun locked. Oh no. Okay, this is bad. They're all charging in. We moved too close to them. We could be overwhelmed pretty easily. The flamethrower guy is pretty close. Okay, this is bad. This is bad. Kasumi is down. I think we're gonna have to retreat because this Krogan is getting too close. That hurts. We killed so many of them and we're gonna have to redo that whole fight. See, I moved too far ahead and it allowed them to swarm us. Okay, we'll try that again. That's annoying. We got sent all the way back here. This game's a lot harsher with checkpoints than Mass Effect 1, I think. Like, it would be nice if this first area, after we cleared it, there was an autosave once you get to the other side of the room. But no. Why can't I aim? There we go, we'll take out that. We'll use the sniper rifle a lot more early on. Because a big part of what went wrong there was I ran out of ammunition for the Matic. And really, when those guys were all getting in close range, the pistol just was not going to cut it. We really need to save the assault rifle for when we get over there, I guess. Because that Krogan, he wasn't taking it and like barely any damage. The sniper rifle's going pretty well at the moment, getting a lot of headshots. Guess my concentration went up because I'm so mad that we died. I think I'm going to be dying a lot more in Mass Effect 2 than I did during the first Mass Effect. It's a lot harder to get overpowered in Mass Effect 2, it takes a while until you can like until you get pretty powerful compared to the first game where you can really grind out XP doing side missions. In this game you don't really get XP until the end of each mission, and the first Mass Effect you were just getting XP off everybody you killed. Like, I would probably level up twice from the amount of Vorcha I've killed in this one mission alone. But since this all counts as one mission in Mass Effect 2, we don't get any of that XP until the end of the mission. This Krogan, where was he last time? Is he the same one that killed me?
Watch out!
Fortify, Kasumi, do your stealth strike, please. Fine! She just punched the Krogan in the back. Nice. Okay, he's down. Good work, everyone. Now this time, warp and overload, or not overload, fortify on myself, and right. We've got to watch these stairs. We can't let them down off those stairs because they just swarm us. So we're gonna have to try harder to just take down this Krogan. This time I've got to waste less ammo and just concentrate fire on this Krogan. Yes, Kasumi or someone took him down, nice. I did most of the work, but being a sniper is pretty powerful, I guess, like Mass Effect 1. but I don't want to rely on it all the time because when it goes a bit close range, you definitely need the assault rifle or something like that to help you out. Let's see. I hope we've taken those stairs this time, because last time I thought we were finished. I went over to do this side stuff, and then suddenly there was a load of them charging down the stairs. But we'll just hack this, get some extra credits. Nice, 3,000 credits. Nothing else around here to hack or anything. No, and Kasumi and Miranda were holding the stairs. Hopefully that, maybe sending them up here stopped more enemies spawning. See, that's another thing about this game. I think certain sections, if you don't advance, enemies just keep spawning until you like sort of move forward. Could be wrong about that, but I just get that feeling. Because that there time we stormed those stairs, there seemed to be less enemies than the first time. Like I cleared them out, and then I moved to doing some side stuff, and then we came back to the stairs, and there's suddenly loads of them. So
We know you're spreading the plague virus. We saw the vials
some
on the-
Batarians. Again, as I mentioned, we'd never really encounter any friendly Batarians or friendly
Cut
Vorcha.
off your fingers.
They're always used as antagonists. So I think it would be interesting in Mass Effect 4 if you got a Batarian squad mate, a Vorcha squad mate.
The plague.
Who else do you never really interact with? An L-Core squad mate. Just a big tank of an L-Core.
Make any sense.
And put a Krogan on there because they're a nice
You have my word on it.
deadly race too. They're
Let him know.
often used as enemies. We do have Rex and Grunt on our squad previously, so it's not exactly the same as the other races I'm mentioning. Because we have gotten to know Krogan species a lot more than the Batarians or the
Thank you.
Vorcha or whatever.
They were gonna
But I think that would be a pretty interesting squad there. Batarian, Vorcha, L-Core and a
He's got too many
Krogan.
patients and not enough volunteers.
And then our character would probably be human.
I'll go
But
right
honestly, for the next Mass Effect, I would really like it if they went a bit more like Dragon Age, where you can change your race to be like an elf or a dwarf or a Kunari or whatever. It would be so cool if you could be an Asari or a Turian. Or a Krogan, actually. Being a Krogan would be the dream. I know people always want to be a human or whatever, but I think, you know, we've done that for 4 games now in the Mass Effect universe. Can't we just be an alien for once, please? I mean, keep the human option there for people who want it, but you know, I just love to be an alien in a Mass Effect game. And I know it adds so much more work to the game when you have like 4 or 5 races of each gender to voice. I mean, it's pretty insane that that the Dragon Age Inquisition had that many options where you could be a male or female human, male or female dwarf, male or female elf, male or female Kunari, and was there another race I'm forgetting? Maybe that's it, but still, that's a lot of voice acting that had to go into the main character for Dragon Age Inquisition. So imagine you had to do like a male and female Krogan, male and female Quarian, male and female Turian. You'd have to do those main races because people would be upset if you didn't have an option for a certain race. Well, you let people play as a Turian and a Krogan. Where's the Quarian option? And it would just descend into a load of arguments like that. So maybe that's why they will always stick to making us be a human, because it's just too much work to invite the idea of being all these other races in the game. You would have to put a limit on it somewhere though, because there are so many races in Mass Effect. You could add like 10, 12, 15 options if you delve into enough of the races. But the main ones I would want to see are Asari, Turian, Krogan, and Quarian, I want to say. As for the Solarians, I don't want to be a lizard guy. I mean, there's probably going to be people who would complain if the Solarians weren't an option to play as, but I don't know, I just don't really have an interest in being a Solarian. Even though Mordin, he really did make the Solarians a lot more interesting. And Major Kiri as well, he's a pretty badass Solarian. So I guess if you look at those characters as role models, it could be pretty appealing to be a Solarian. But yeah, I'd want to be a Turian, a Krogan, or an Asari mainly, or a Quarian. Would be interesting to make a customized Quarian, because would it be still Quarians in their suits where you never get to see your character's face? Or would you get to customize their face, but then you still have to wear the Enviro suit mask the whole game? So that would be pretty interesting. I'd really like to be able to customize my own environmental suit for a Quarian. But again, there's a lot of work going into these ideas, and there's no telling if that's going to be in any way in the next Mass Effect at all. Something like being able to select multiple races. It is such a lot of work that I would be scared to have to work on it if I was at BioWare, to be honest. But it's such an interesting idea, especially when they do it in Dragon Age already. But I guess the safe option is just have male or female human character again. But I think it would always be interesting to maybe one day, once they get the franchise back on track with a really really important and really well reviewed and really well selling game, maybe then give us the option to have a playable human or playable alien race as the main character. So again, the Vorcha, this is the one dialogue wheel I think we get with a Vorcha, and she's basically just like, shut up and die! And he's really not interested in talking to us besides that.
Here they come.
Oh, or wait, excuse me. No, what I was going to say was, actually just remember there's another Vorcha dialogue wheel. It's not in Mass Effect 2, but it's in Mass Effect 3 in the Citadel DLC when Javik gets invited to film Glasgow 7. And there's a Vorcha council member. I think you get to have some dialogue with him. Oh, the Citadel DLC is so amazing. It's really just a lot of references and memes and self-aware humor, but I think they pulled it off pretty well. And this part of the mission is probably going to be the most difficult from what I remember. Once we activate this little panel, we're going to have to invade the left and right side of this place. And there's a lot of enemies in a close quarters position. It could be pretty tricky. They're coming from both the left and the right at the moment. And we've got guys with rocket launchers up there in the back wall. I think we'll take them out quite... Oh, I needed to reload. Hate wasting the adrenaline boost and then you have to reload in the middle of it. Oh well, we got them anyway. Hit him with Warp Miranda and I'll get a concussive shot on him. So don't want to waste another sniper rifle bullet because this rifle really doesn't carry that much ammo. Can't remember what the name of the sniper rifle is, but there's one that's a 12-shot rifle with a really high fire rate. It's pretty powerful. I'm looking forward to getting that sniper rifle. I can't remember what it's called, but I remember it being really useful. Pull that guy up. Nice, he set his friend on fire, and we'll get a headshot on him. Where did you come from? There was no one else in there now, game. So that's what I don't, sometimes in Mass Effect 2, the enemy placements. I don't like how they just spawn them in rooms. Compared to Mass Effect 1 where there was just a set number of enemies. When you take them down, that's them down. For Mass Effect 2, I think if you don't advance quick enough, they take the opportunity to just spawn in some more enemies, making it a bit more difficult. Yeah, we have to get out of here and get to the other side and get into the other room and activate the second set of fans or whatever to initialize the cure for this plague.
Going silent.
Don't know what's happening to that guy's AI. He sort of just bugged out there. Concussive shot, nice. Come on, headshot, nice. There we go. Get some ammo packs, and what was that, a Krogan? We kind of want to stay back from the Krogan after our last experience with one of them. Did not go well. Try to headshot him. Ha! Kasumi just ran in and punched him. Nice. Come on, yeah, that's him down. Now this place. This could be. Oh, flamethrower guy got in pretty close. You want to keep them pretty far back. Sort of pinned down by rocket launchers. Come on. Did I hit that guy? No, he's still alive. God damn it. I think I got his friend and him that time at least. Oh, what? I thought this guy was down. Oh! Oh, sick. For some reason I thought it blew up that flamethrower guy. Oh, how far back did that send us? Oh! That is annoying. We have to refight these guys, refight the guys on the way out of this place, refight that other corridor people, and then go back to the corridor we were killed on. Insanity can be pretty heartbreaking at times. We're so close to being near the end of the mission. Alright, well at least those guys went down pretty easily. Okay.
Excellent. The cure is in place.
Right, what if we do the left hand side first this time to be different? Because that other side seemed easier. But I don't know, maybe it'll just be maybe it'll just be similar. Because sort of what happened was I got pinned down by rocket launcher guys, and that allowed the flamethrower dude to get too close to me. For some reason I thought I blew him up or headshotted him, but then he was still alive, and then he didn't notice me for a while. But then when I noticed him, suddenly his AI seemed to kick in and go, oh yeah, you need to die now. Maybe if I never looked at him, he would have just wandered off and I could have survived that section. Okay, that guy's dead. I thought he was alive. We'll just go for this side again first because it wasn't too bad this side. Oh, excuse me. Just blow him up. Blow him up, please.
Now here we go.
Set all his friends on fire. Okay, those guys spawned. There was really no one else in there or anywhere for them to come from, so they just spawned them in there. But we'll just machine gun them because I'm pretty mad about what happened, so I'm just going to charge in. Won't let this door close and that, because I think they can only spawn if Shepard isn't looking in that direction and the door's closed. Send Miranda and Kasumi ahead. Oh, they already charged in. Okay, there's a lot of them. Concussive shot. Miranda's down. Oh well. I did sort of send them to charge into their death there. But hopefully we can take these guys out without reviving Miranda. So again, you have a really limited supply of meta-gel in this game. So I don't want to use it unless I have to.
Going dark.
Come on, around to get back up. There's no more enemies here. I'll just use it because we sort of need Miranda to get across this area. We could really use warp and
Going silent.
that'll help us just. Kasumi just punched that guy, nice. Okay, so we took that crocodile a lot quicker than we did the last time. Want to get these rocket launcher guys down so they're not keeping me pinned down while flamethrower guy advances. That was our whole problem the last time. Come on, stick your head out. Come on, bang, there we go, nice. I thought I already took this guy out. Right, and where's that flamethrower guy? Warp and a shadow hit or a shadow strike. Right, that's him down. Where's this flamethrower? Ah! Spawn more rocket launcher guys. See if that flamethrower guy starts walking up here. There he is. Okay, we're going. Let me get this rocket launcher guy. Ah, fuck! Ah, come on. Headshot. Nice. A Krogan. Okay, that's bad. That's even worse than a flamethrower guy. Warp shot him. Ready sniper rifle ammo. Okay, shadow strike and adrenaline rush. And hopefully I can just machine gun this guy to death. Okay, that went really well. The Matic is pretty powerful at this sort of range. If you're getting headshots. We're just going to charge in. So I'm not waiting for that flamethrower guy to ambush us again. Yeah, get destroyed, mate. Yeah, you go get blown up. Nice. That's what you deserve. And this guy's over here shooting a wall or something. That's him down. They're going to spawn in this room, aren't they? So, no. Nice. Yes. I think we did it.
Fans are online. Mordin should be pleased.
Okay, is that basically the end of this mission? I think it is. We just go back to Mordin and recruit him fully. Okay, that wasn't too bad overall. I think we died 2 or 3 times. Some silly mistakes, getting a bit overconfident at times. Still really mad that flamethrower guy took us out when we were so close to completing the mission, but excuse me, it didn't set us back that too far. So it wasn't that much of a struggle, but I could have done that a bit cleaner. Had a few less deaths. But we didn't do too badly. I think it went well enough.
Lots of ways to help people. Sometimes heal patients, sometimes
hopefully the next episode we won't take too many deaths. We're going to get Jack, I think. Shouldn't be too bad of a mission because we'll have Mordin there to overload a lot of, or to incinerate a lot of armor. And that's mainly the main thing you want. And we'll have Mordin to upgrade our weapons and stuff now, so it shouldn't be too bad, the recruiting Jack mission. Then we'll probably go get Grunt after that, and then come back around and get Garrus. So, alright people, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again later.